Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So, a little late on this one, but couldn't really get to it until now, so this is what it is. Anyway, let's get into it. So, I'm really excited to talk about this show because I was really excited to go. So I went to see Something Corporate in Georgia, so that was really exciting. Got Georgia off my list, and yeah, so let's get into it. So, based on the information provided by the venue, or I guess really it would be the Ticketmaster or whatever, there was one opener and then Something Corporate. So when we got there, a guy came out with just a keyboard. So I'm like, okay, this is the opener. It was not. He introduced himself as Zach Clark, and as he's talking, he said something about being a band member for Something Corporate. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then I went back to the venue information or the information for the show, and I was like, this for sure is not the opener that was listed. So it turns out the keyboardist of Something Corporate played some songs. So that was cool. I don't know if I needed them to list it, but it would have been a nice heads up. Anyway, so Zach Clark sat at the keyboard with no percussion, so right off the bat, give you a lot of credit for getting that all done, because that's not an easy feat. Loved and went right into the first song. Loved the lyrics in the chorus, especially about the spring and the beginners. Really liked that line. The second song, I liked the piano in the beginning. That's when he introduced himself and explained the situation. And then I think the song was called On the Night I Died. I loved the quick short feel in the verses of the lyrics, and he had a high note that was maybe not his best singing. It kind of cracked a little bit, but I liked the chorus, especially the end of the chorus. That was awesome, and the verses were great, so I really liked that second song. Then he played Don't Just Love Me If You're Lonely. It definitely had a slower vibe. Before the second verse, he climbed up on the piano with his fingers, climbed up on the piano. He did I don't know, what is that, a run? Is that called? What is that called when you go from the bottom of the piano, the lower notes to the higher notes? I was like, okay, sorry. And then the song, so then after that, he sang without any piano, so that was a cool thing. And then again, he had a higher note in the chorus that went way better than the first one, so that was good. And then the last song he played was Mountains. I really liked that it had some fluctuation, so that was cool. And then and I really liked the verse. So then after that was the opener, which was Kevin Devine. Let's get into that. He introduced himself with only an acoustic guitar, so again, give a lot of credit. During the first song, he backed away from the mic to sing before the bridge or the third verse. This song was really hard to follow in terms of just structure. There was just a lot going on, and a lot of it seemed disconnected, not necessarily in a bad way, but it was a way. I actually really liked the lyrics in what I'm going to call the bridge or the third verse. Excuse me. He had a good build up, and then I loved the oohs and the ahs at the end. Again, really dynamic song. Didn't really have a lot of structure to follow, but that not in a bad way. The next one had more definitely clearly defined song parts. I liked the lyrics at the end of the chorus. After that, there was a faster overall vibe. Really loved the lyrics at the beginning of the second verse. And then after that, I liked the short, quick feel of the fourth song, especially in the verses. There was a good build up to the chorus. And then I liked the first few lines of the chorus. Then he stopped playing and just sang a super short, quick feel. So I really liked that part, a good shift. And then he tried to dance around for the instrumental bridge. So that was cool. After that, there was another song with a slower vibe, got a quick short feel right before the bridge. Really liked the bridge. And he danced again for the instrumentals, which I really liked the instrumentals too. I liked the guitar part there. Really short, quick feel towards the end. And then he again walked away while singing from the mic. And then this song also like had a really big drop and then a build up, and he held a long note, which was pretty impressive. And then there was just like impressive guitar at the end. After that, the song, I really liked the opening for the instrumentals. I really liked the guitar. It had a quick, short feel in the lyrics. Very politically charged lyrics, so that was not my favorite, but I did really like the instrumentals and how the vocals worked within the instrumentals. So I thought like it was a good combination of things, but just the lyrics were not really what I was wanting. And then he told a story about how he was asked to play that political song at a wedding as like the first song of the like when they came out, and he was like, yeah, I don't think I should do that, it's gonna be weird. And then she was like, no, I really want you to do that. And then it was weird, but he was like, yeah, it was fine. So that was kind of a cute story. So then he said, okay, so then he was like, you're not gonna hear most of this song, but I'm gonna play it anyway. I heard the whole song. I don't know if I missed something. I don't know if there was like part that I like, if there were extra instrumentals, but because he was by himself, he couldn't play most of the song. I'm not really sure. There was a slower vibe. I did like the short, quick feel and the lyrics in the bridge, which I think was the bridge. I don't know. And again, I felt like I heard the whole song, so I was a little confused as to what that really meant. The next song had a short, quick feel. I really liked the first verse, and there was a good transition to the pre-chorus and the chorus. It had a good build-up for what I'm assuming was the chorus, and I really liked the song overall. Again, he stepped away and sang from the mic a lot. Then he went in to talk about Elliott Smith, and he like told the crowd to just like stick with it. And he started playing a cover song from, I want to say Counting Crows, but then he stopped, so that was like such a tease. And then he went into his own song. I liked the storytelling in the first verse. There was a longish note in the verse to the transition. Then the music dropped, and then it like built back up again. It was not my favorite set overall. Just like a lot going on. I don't know, maybe just wasn't my like vibe. But I mean, he went up there with just a guitar, so I give him a lot of credit. But now let's get into something corporate. Okay, so there were like recorded videos from their past that came on before they went on, and then oh, I forgot to get the name of this song. Sorry guys. Anyway, definitely recognize the song right away. I forget the name. I didn't have it. Sorry. And of course the line that was like huge in the song was Atlanta started raining on me. So I was like, oh, good choice, because we're in Atlanta. I get it. So really good first choice, especially for the city. And I don't know if they always start every show with that song, but it was great. So then, oh, is it called Paints Me Blue? Anyway, such great lyrics. He sat at the piano, just like here. Yeah, it must have been Paints Me Blue. Hearing his voice was just like so amazing. It was awesome. Yeah, it was great. It was just such a good way to start the show. And then after that, they played Space, which was so good, but so early. So good, but so early. Yeah, like sat at the piano for the second half, and it was just amazing, guys. It was so good. That song live is so good. It's so good. Then he made the crowd clap, and he said hello. Said it was nice to be back. I did not recognize this song, but then I kind of did recognize it during the chorus. He sat and stood at the piano between lyrics. He just like looked like he was genuinely enjoying himself, and so this is gonna be like a little bit of a side tour. Side tour? What is a side tour? Anyway, so I read his book, and he talked about how like at the beginning of a show he gets nervous, and the faster he can like get over those nerves, like the better the show is. And so I felt like at that third song I was like, this is it. This is the moment that he's just enjoying himself. So that was awesome. After that, the song had a faster start with a quick, short feel. Another song I didn't recognize, but I really liked the instrumental transitions. I thought they were great. There was like a pause before after the chorus into the second verse. He walked around the stage for the song until the chorus jumped off the keyboard, like the mini stage, not the keyboard itself, but the mini stage that the keyboard was on. So he jumped off the mini stage, and then they kind of ended the song abruptly. After that, a video clip played. And okay, so then they went into Me and the Moon. Guys, this is my favorite Something Corporate song. It was so good is not even the word. It was, I mean, beyond amazing. It was like just, I wrote epically good. Fantastic song. There were so many, basically the whole song was like paced a little bit different and just like played a little bit different, but it was so fantastic. I mean, like beyond fantastic. I was just like losing my mind. It was so good. Quick short feel for the next song. Not a ton of instrumentals to start. I really liked the feel when the instruments did come in. Loved the lyrics in the bridge, and he definitely let the crowd sing some, so that was pretty cool. Then after that, he talked about like staying in the moment and like chatting before the show, so that was kind of cool. Dang, again, forgot to get the lyrics for this one, or the song title, sorry. So then the next song, there were pacing changes, especially in the second verse. I love the bridge, so I recognize it. I just don't know the name. Sorry, guys. I want to say Forget Me, maybe, but that's not it. And then they changed the ending. Yeah, so it was good. It was good. They changed a lot of changes, so that was awesome. Then they had another old clip. I didn't recognize the song, but I really liked the second verse. The pitch change in the second half of the verse was great. Great follow-up, really similar vibe. It just wasn't a song I knew, but it was a great one. And again, a really good follow-up. So the next song, there were pacing changes in the first verse. So had a slower feel than the recording, which was interesting. At least from what I remember. So maybe, I don't know. To me, it had a slower feel in the recording than the recording, sorry. So the live version had a slower feel than the recording. There was a pause before the bridge. I loved like the little subtle changes. There were definitely changes in the bridge. Great change from the chorus after the bridge, like at the end. So like after they got to those last few choruses, so fantastic. The changes were just awesome. The next song had a faster feel in the opening instrumentals, Punk Rock Princess. It was amazing. There were definitely changes in the verses, especially the second. Fantastic, and just like a really good follow-up. So again, it was like two songs that I knew, so it was really fun to see. So I really enjoyed that part of the show. Then he talked about how he wrote this song at 14, and it was an attempt at We Didn't Start the Fire. I didn't recognize it, but it definitely had that short, quick feel. And at this point, so his piano had screens like covering the piano, like the side of the piano, the top of the piano, the front of the piano. And so at this point, the screen showed all of the stickers. Again, I read his book, so all of the stickers from his first piano. So I thought that was like a really cool homage. So that was pretty neat. And yeah, so I really liked the piano part in the instrumental bridge for that song in particular. Then they had another video, and they played 21 and Invincible. Changes immediately in the second verse. Loved the lyrics. Yeah, the changes were fantastic. It was a lot of pacing stuff. And then he changed the pacing in the chorus after the bridge. So I really liked that. I thought, again, like just so many good changes. And I know a lot of them are just pacing changes, but man, it makes such a difference. Like so fantastic. So then after that, they played a slower song. I didn't recognize it. For me, this was a lull. But again, I'm sure people were like freaking out, and it was amazing for them. But for me, I didn't recognize it. Slower song, especially, you know, after like 21 and Invincible, he just played Punk Rock Princess a few songs ago. Like it was just, I don't know, a little bit for me. But that being said, I did like the short, quick feel in the lyrics, especially in the second verse. He did let the crowd sing a chorus after the bridge, so that was cool. And then I did like there was a build up, and they had like a really full sounding ending, so that was awesome. So again, like fine song, just not maybe the song that I would have played. the next song had an instrumentally heavy start, and he came to the front of the stage and came to the barricade, and he like took someone's glasses off and put them on. So that was again like a cool little touch that made that person's night, I'm sure. The line "Fire is a beautiful sound" is just such an epic line. It's so great. And then just seeing it live, like just man, it was like a really great, like fantastic instrumental bridge. It was good, man. It was really, really good. After that, there was another video clip, and then he played "I Kissed a Drunk Girl." Really fun to see live. Liked the contrast of the less instrumentally heavy first verse and then the instrumentally heavy chorus, so that was cool. He sat on the piano keys, like on his piano, and then laid down on them, like you know, like one arm, like lay down. Yeah, it was great. It was cool. And then he talked about how you need to allow yourself to be weird, and talked about the band. And so then they went into playing one of their new songs about the kids driving in town, playing something corporate like all these years later, and it was Happy. I was excited to see that one. I'm glad that they played something new. I would have actually liked to see the other new song, so I was kind of looking forward to that, but they didn't play that one, so it was fine. I mean, Happy was a good choice. Yeah. So during that song, he came to the front of the stage during the chorus, towards the end, or maybe it was like more the bridge. But yeah, it was good. I'm glad they played the new stuff. I wish they would have played the other one, but I understand why they didn't. So then the next song, he went up to the balcony. There was like this little like ladder, and fantastic song. Didn't recognize it, but he walked like the entire length of the balcony. So the venue had a balcony the entire length of the venue, so he went all the way during the song. So that was really, really, really cool. Upbeat, fun song. He got back to the piano for the bridge, which was like amazing timing. It was just incredible, and the piano and the short quick feel overall was just really, really amazing. So fantastic. Then after that, there was another video clip, and there was just a piano to start, definitely slower, didn't recognize. Then all of a sudden there was like this great like sudden build of instruments for the chorus, and then there was a fall when the verses came again, so I really liked that contrast in that song. And then after that, I played "If You See Jordan," which is just a fun song. There was a build of instruments, and they were generally having fun, like getting ready for the song. They were kind of just like poking fun at each other. Really fun song to see live. He introduced the band during the extended bridge, and then he stood on the piano keys and was playing with his feet for a few seconds. So that was pretty epic. Great song for that to happen. It was really fun to see. After that, he gave a shout out to a band member from Academy Is, and told a story about getting his crush to be his girlfriend, who is now his wife. So he played a song for her, and so like I'm thinking like, is this Constantine? Is it gonna be Constantine? Is he gonna play Constantine? It was not Constantine, and I was like, he's not gonna play Constantine, because at this point it was late. Like the show ended at like 11 o'clock, which we all know is not my favorite time to end a show, but we'll get there. So anyway, he played a song slower. I didn't know it. So yeah, so that wouldn't have been my choice for a post-encore song, just because I didn't know it and it wasn't Constantine. So yeah, so anyway, there was like a big echo. Had to stop and say, "Oh, you like that?" Oh yeah. So then he like sang it again, but then this time there wasn't the echo, like the reverberation from the mic that is like automated or whatever. And then he sang it again with the echo effect. So that was interesting, and it was just like a fun, unique, not sure it happened at every show sort of thing. So he like sang the words, and he's like, "Whoa, that was a lot of echo." And then he sang it again with no echo, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we need the echo back." So he was like, "Oh, you liked the echo? Okay, like we'll go back to the echo." So that was cool. So then after that, I was so happy that they played Constantine, because I really did not think it was coming. I was like, this is the encore. They're gonna play 2 more songs. It's gonna be this slow song and then this other song, and then I was like, but man, so good, because I just thought they were running out of time. It was so late, but they played it. They played Constantine. So yeah, I started with just the piano, the band came back out, and then came in. They let the crowd sing that Rockstar line, and the third verse is just so good. Oh God, and the ending was so great too. It's just so good, guys. That song, I'm so glad they played it. I really didn't think they were gonna play it because they were running out of time, and it was so good. So then after that, they ended the show with Woke Up in a Car. Fantastic ending. I mean, obviously I would have picked Me in the Moon, but this was a really good choice for the average, or the above average Something Corporate fan. So fantastic to see live. It really was the perfect last song. I'm gonna not even like think about that in terms of points when I give a score. The piano is just so amazing in the chorus, so good. So then he jumped onto the piano keys and he stood there for the end of the song and then jumped off. So it was just like an epic ending for an epic set. It was so fantastic. All right, so scores and all that. Oh man, the first opener was decent. The second opener really was just, I mean, there were things that I liked, but it was like just not the overall what I wanted. And then my friend was like, oh, by the way, like in other shows these bands are opening, and I was like, wow, those bands would have been Something Corporate was beyond amazing, so fantastic. Again, they played a few of my favorites a little too early for me. I understand why they do that. They played a lot of songs. I'm glad they played their new stuff. Again, I wish they would have played the other new song, because I really like that one. But man, it was just so fantastic. I think I'm gonna give this one a 9.4. Yeah, 9.4. So let me know what you think. Were you there? Did you want to go? Did you go to a different show? Did you want to go to a different show? Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.